These are the AirPod Pros, and these are the Samsung Galaxy Lives. Now, let's not waste any time, okay? This video is about answering one question and one question only. Which is actually better? Like when it comes to everything, from transparency, to noise canceling, to extra features, to design and to battery life, to fit and how well they actually stay in your ears, to comfort and overall seamlessness, and to just everything that's important in deciding what makes an earbud better or worse. Okay, you ready? Well, let's start with sound quality. When it comes to sound quality, they're both pretty good for earbuds. The AirPod Pros sound good, and I enjoy listening to music with them, and I have no complaints or anything. But I would say the Galaxy Live sound a bit better when it comes to sound quality alone. Like, first of all, they sound pretty similar for the most part. I think the best way I can explain it is that the Galaxy Live sound just like the AirPod Pros, except it has more bass and louder trebles and louder highs, and they actually just get louder in general. Actually, sometimes I would say the highs on the Galaxy Lives just get too high, like too loud, and it sounds a bit harsh to me, but you can always reduce the volume a little bit, and it'll still be as loud as the AirPods, and it'll still have more bass. And also, you might not even want to do that, you could even like it like that. People's ears are different. And that's also why I'd say the Galaxy Lives are better when it comes to sound quality. Because if by any chance you don't like the sound of the AirPod Pros, like if you want more bass for example, well, that sucks, man. Sorry. There's not really much you can do. With the Galaxy Lives though, you can just go into the Samsung wearable app and change the sound to how you like. So if you're like me, and on some songs, you like the bass to stay as good as it is, but you think the highs are just a bit too harsh, then you can just pick the bass boost preset, and you can have things sound nicer for your ears personally. With this exact preset, it reduces the highs and increases the bass. It doesn't sound so nice though, like not like changing the EQ settings on some Flagship headphones, because the boost presets feel really software based and really synthetic. Like you can tell it's using software, and it really can't push the hardware past its limits, Still though, it's better than the nothing you get with the AirPods. And that's basically why I'd say the Galaxy Lives are better when it comes to sound quality. And it's just by a little bit though, because remember I said they sound pretty similar, and the difference is really mainly in the bass. And also, this is only for the most part, because there is a variable that isn't technically a part of sound quality, but still kind of affects sound quality. We're gonna have to pause the music though, to really dive into this aspect. And of course, what I'm talking about is noise canceling. When it comes to noise canceling, the AirPods do a very good job. I keep telling people, they cancel a whole lot of noise for just some tiny earbuds. I mean, it's old news now, but when you try it for the first time, you'll be really impressed. It's pretty good when it comes to noise canceling. But now, what about the Galaxy Lives? How does its noise canceling compare? Well, hold on, let me turn it on real quick, okay? And... it just turned off. Hold on, Yeah, you might already know this by now, but noise canceling on the Galaxy Lives is actually noise canceling. Like, it's just words, like, it's not real. The Galaxy Lives don't have noise canceling. I know Samsung says that it does, but like, it really doesn't. Like, sure, you can even go into the Galaxy wearable app, and you see the noise canceling button and everything, but that's all it is. Like, it's just a button, I mean, it's fun to press though, I won't even lie to you. It makes this fun sound and everything too, if you actually have it on in person. But I'm recreating the noise canceling experience for you so you can hear how it sounds for yourself. And it basically doesn't cancel any noise. If you listen real close though, you hear that it does cancel a little bit of noise. But it's such a very small amount, I bet you wouldn't even be able to hear it. Let me know if you do in the comment section below. And now I'd also say that a non-existent noise canceling on the Galaxy Lives negatively affects the sound quality as well. Because sometimes you're playing your music, and maybe it's a slower song this time. And when it gets to the softer, soulful parts, which also happens to not sound as loud, like it's more quiet, then you just start hearing a bit of noise from your surrounding. Nothing is really stopping the noise from coming in. The Galaxy Lives act just like regular earphones. It doesn't even really have like noise isolation. Like they don't even act like these kind of cheap earbuds. Because when you put these on, they kind of block out some noise, just because they're in the way of your ear hole. But the Galaxy Lives, they don't go into your ear. They have no buds. So they basically don't even do a better job at noise canceling when compared to these cheap wired earphones we used to get in the box back in the day. So obviously, they don't compare with the AirPod Pros at all. In fact, I'm talking too much. Just hear it for yourself, okay? You see? You hear? The AirPods are easily better when it comes to noise canceling. In fact, it'd probably be better if you just accept that the Galaxy Lives don't have noise canceling. Because honestly, they just might as well not. Okay, so that's noise canceling, but now what about transparency? How do the two earbuds compare there? Well, Long story short, they're both very good when it comes to transparency. Actually, they're basically kind of perfect. Well, almost perfect. Because believe it or not, with the transparency modes, it's just as easy to hear your surroundings with the earbuds on as it is with the earbuds off. Yes, that's right. They're both past the threshold where they can basically compete with your actual ears using the transparency mode. Now, yes, I would say they are both past that threshold, but the AirPods are a bit better. The AirPods can basically, when using them by themselves, they can basically compete against your actual ears. With the Galaxy Lives, you're not going to struggle to hear anything around you, but if you just switch back and forth and back and forth between the AirPods and the Galaxy Lives, then you hear that the AirPods have the slightly better transparency mode. Actually, if we're being completely accurate, the Galaxy Lives technically don't have a transparency mode. You could just either have noise cancelling on or off. The transparency mode I'm talking about for the Galaxy Lives is basically just when you have noise cancelling turned off. But tomato though, cause we might as well just call it transparency mode. And it also seems that a very bad noise cancelling on the Galaxy Lives might just have an upside in the fact that its transparency mode can basically go toe to toe with the AirPod Pros, which are the best when it comes to transparency. And I guess you could say that about the Galaxy Lives now too. There is a little bit of a difference between them though, so they're not exactly the same, and I would say the AirPods are a bit better, because with the AirPods, you could basically think of them as perfect when it comes to transparency. With the Galaxy Lives on the other hand, it's more like almost perfect transparency. Like they don't sound like they're using the microphones to fake the sound or anything, like some other earbuds, but they're not on the level of basically perfect transparency that the AirPods are at. They are pretty close though. Okay, now, since we're here, let's talk about those microphones. Or actually, just hear it for yourself. I'm talking to you through the microphones of the AirPods right now, and this is how it sounds. And this is how the microphone on the Galaxy Live sound. Now you can hear for yourself, and your own ears can tell you what you think is better and what you prefer for phone calls and voice recordings or whatever. I've used both for phone calls and stuff though, and the people I've talked to haven't really had any complaints either way. Yeah, no one really complains about the microphone quality on earbuds, you know? It doesn't really affect the actual experience of using the device. That's why I don't really think it's so important. What I do think is important though is design. When it comes to design, these guys are both pretty similar and very different. They're similar in the fact that they're both small earbuds with minimal designs. If we look at the actual designs though, then we see just how different they are. The AirPod Pros have an all-white design with some black spots they're probably used to seeing by now, and they also have the stem, which is where all the controls are located. You have to squeeze the stem to access all the controls, whether it's one squeeze to play your music, or two squeezes to skip to the next track, or whatever, it's all in the stem. Now, with the Galaxy Lives, things are different. Well, first of all, things look different for sure. I mean, you can see it for yourself. When you look at the AirPods, you can see that even though they're wireless earbuds, they still look like normal, you know, like the earphones we've always been used to seeing. When you take a look at the Galaxy Lives though, you see that it's pretty unique, like it's pretty weird. You're not really sure where the sound actually comes from and how it's gonna stay in your ears, and the entire back of it is its touchpad. And when you look at it, the first thing that's gonna come to your head is beans, right? And if by some chance it is not, as soon as someone points it out to you, you'll never not see it. I actually think it looks pretty cool, but at the same time, it's still very unusual. You might even be wondering how in the world it's gonna fit into your ears. Well, it's just like this, by the way. And as you can see, it's not like the AirPods design. It uses a touchpad design instead, so instead of squeezing like you do with the AirPods, you just tap it if you want to pause your music, or double tap it to skip songs, or whatever, similar to how you do on the AirPods. Now, as far as they look when you have them on, they both look minimal on ear. The Galaxy Lives look a bit more minimal, and it fits a bit more flush. It doesn't have a stem like the AirPods, so nothing is protruding out of your ears. It's pretty nice. The thing with the Galaxy Lives though, is that this all touchpad design, plus the exact way it fits, actually causes a couple of problems and annoying situations. But we'll talk about those very soon, okay? Right now, let's talk about the cases. Now, long story short, both cases are similar in that they're both made out of plastic and have a small, compact, and simple design that makes it easy to put away your earbuds. Now, where they're different though is in their exact size, their dimensions. The Galaxy Lives have more of a square design, and the AirPods look more rectangle-like. So depending on how you look at it, the Galaxy Lives are taller, but the AirPods are wider. But the Galaxy Lives are definitely thicker though. Like overall, they're not as compact as the AirPods case. The place that this shows the most is when you have it in your pocket. It's not too big a deal since the Galaxy Lives case isn't that big, but regardless, the AirPods case is definitely more low profile. It'll fit more people, take up less space, it's just better. Okay, now that's about it for the cases. Now let's focus on the most important things, the earbuds themselves. Design wise, there's some things you need to know between these two, apart from what you can see with your eyes. First, the AirPods come in their all white, easy to stain, non-customizable design. Like sure you can get some skins for your case and even for the buds themselves, but that's kind of a hassle. And the AirPods are just not very customization friendly. Well, at least not out the gate. You kind of have to go out of your way if you want to customize it, and not many people do. Another thing about the design itself though is that it gets dirty very easily. That white will really show a lot of stains. Like you think you have very clean ears? Well, get the AirPod Pros and I promise you won't think that anymore. Trust me. With the Galaxy Lives on the other hand, it's not like this at all. As you can see with the metallic black version I have, it's not really gonna get dirty. And also, you don't have to have it in this color if that's not what you want. With the Galaxy Lives, you do have multiple color options to choose from. And I would say that the all touchpad design as well is less obtrusive and just looks better in the ear. But like I mentioned before, there are some problems with the all touchpad design though. Actually, I can just sum it all up in a statement. The whole touchpad system on the Galaxy Lives is just not very seamless when you actually use it.
Okay, we're talking about seamlessness now, and you should know, first off, just coming into this comparison, the AirPods are already the best of the best when it comes to seamlessness. So the Galaxy Lives don't really have any room for error. If not, they'll lose this part before it even starts. And that's kinda what already has happened, because the touchpad on the Galaxy Lives just does some annoying things. Like if you want to adjust the earbuds in your ear, you end up pausing your music by mistake. You try to adjust it some more and you end up changing the song you're listening to. Like basically, long story short, just because the touchpad is all there is to touch because it makes up the entire design, even when you don't want to touch it, you're still gonna end up touching it and triggering something you don't want to. And you know, this isn't too big a deal though if you're using the Galaxy Lives by itself, because I've used it alone and I know it's something you can get used to. And even if you can't or you just don't want to, you could always go into the Galaxy Wearable app and deactivate the touchpad entirely. But then again, with the AirPod Pros, this isn't something you need to even spend time thinking about. It's just not a problem at all. Now, when it comes to fit and how well they stay in your ears, well, the AirPods do a good job. They're not going to be falling out of your ears and they're going to fit pretty securely. Same thing goes for the Galaxy Lives. They do a very good job as well. As long as your ears aren't too different from mine, you can shake your head on camera as much as you want, nothing's gonna happen. Same thing goes for using them when working out. They're just not the kind of earbuds you really have to worry about falling out. It doesn't really matter the workout, unless it's one of the most hectic workouts out there where you're doing crazy amounts of movements like your cardio and everything. As long as it's not that, you're not gonna have any problems with either of them. Now, if I absolutely had to pick which would stay in longer though, then I'd have to go with the Galaxy Lives. They just fit in a bit tighter and a bit more snug, so they feel a little more secure in your ears. For the most part, that is though, because it's also trickier to put them in properly when compared to the AirPods. And when you don't have the Galaxy Lives in properly, just like with other earbuds, the fit will definitely suffer. With the AirPods, fit isn't anything tricky to have to even waste time talking about. Like I said before, you just put them into your ears like so, and you don't have to worry about anything else. They're just seamless, definitely more so than the Galaxy Lives. It even goes into the extra features they have.
With the AirPods, when you have music playing, if you take your earbuds off, it'll pause your music for you. When you put them back in, your music will play again. It's pretty cool. Only works with Apple devices though. Now the Galaxy Lives on the other hand, don't have this feature. If you take off the earbuds, after a bit, if they don't detect they're in your ear, they will pause the music, but it's not like the auto play pause feature the AirPods have. Actually, when it comes to extra features, with the Galaxy Lives, there isn't much to talk about. They do have a water resistance rating though, but it's rated at IPX2, which is very low, and Samsung even tells you it's not designed to withstand water, or even dust for that matter. Now the AirPods on the other hand have a rating of IPX4, which is significantly better, and I have no problem dropping them in water. Now the AirPods also have another extra feature that's pretty cool, spatial audio. And what spatial audio does is basically take your movie watching experience to the next level, and it gives you more of a 3D sounding experience where the sound is actually isolated, independent of your head movements. It's actually pretty cool. Let's not go too into it though. Just know that the Galaxy Lives can't compare when it comes to extra features, okay? Now where the Galaxy Lives can compare though is when it comes to battery life. The Galaxy Lives last about 6 to 7 hours when listening to music or whatever nonstop without noise cancelling, and the AirPods last about 4 to 5 hours when doing the same. Both are good enough for real world use though. Like 4 hours of straight non-stop listening isn't something you're going to be doing all too much, but the Galaxy Lives will last you longer and you'll have to worry about charging less with them. You shouldn't worry about charging with both of them though, because they both charge pretty fast, both the earbuds and the cases. The Galaxy Lives' case uses USB-C though, while the AirPod Pro case still uses lightning cables, and you know for yourself which one's better for you, USB-C is the future though. Now, as far as the other future, or wireless charging, you're going to be good with both of them. They both support wireless charging, and they're both equal in this respect, basically. Okay, now I want to talk about the downsides and the not so good things about these devices. Now I've already told you about most of it, like the AirPods get dirty easily. Trust me, you're gonna have to clean them a lot. I've also told you about the Galaxy Lives and the touchpad experience, how it isn't so seamless, and how the noise cancelling experience on the Galaxy Lives isn't really a thing, stuff like that, right? Now what I haven't told you, and what I can't really tell you actually, but you should still watch out for, are the potential problems you could face with both of them. With the Galaxy Lives, so people have been complaining about how the battery life just isn't up to par. Instead of lasting about 6-7 hours, they last about 3 to 4 hours instead. People are complaining about this as well as some other stuff as well. But I would say this hasn't been my experience though, but you have to watch out for this still. Now as for the AirPods, the complaints are even worse. If you look it up online, you see some people complaining about the inconsistent noise cancelling, degrading battery life, connection issues. Some people have a theory that the initial 2019 models have most of the problems while the later 2020 batch is better. People are saying many things, but just know that I've used mine since January 2020 and now this is January 2021, so that's 1 year. And I've been pretty reckless with them. Like I've dipped them in water in almost every single video I've made about them. In fact, I'll do it one more time just for fun. See, and even with all this carelessness, I've barely had any problems. Like I've had some minor ones in the past, but I don't even experience them anymore, so they're not even worth talking about. So basically, just know that there's no reason why your AirPod Pros should have any defects, okay? Mine works just fine. Okay, I think that's about it. I think we've just about covered everything we need to for the sake of this comparison. It's time to pick which is actually better overall, the AirPod Pros or the Galaxy Lives. Alright, look guys, let's be serious here, okay? At the end of the day, I would never pick the Galaxy Lives over the AirPod Pros. It's not even anything against the Galaxy Lives. See, just because the AirPods are at least good in every single category that's available for earbuds, for the Galaxy Lives to have ever been able to win this comparison, they would have had to be great in every single category too, or at least good enough in every category, and then maybe great in one or two, or at least have a killer extra feature. If they did that, then yes, I could definitely see them winning this comparison. But that's not the reality we live in, and the Galaxy Buds Live don't live up to those standards, and that's why the AirPod Pros are the winner today. Now what do you think? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Do you think I'm missing something? Do you have any questions? Well, let me know in the comment section down below. Like this video if you liked it, subscribe if you want to see some more, and thank you for watching. Yeah, that's probably right. That's probably right. Hey, have you checked out the Galaxy Buds Pro?
Hey Ears, say hello to Galaxy Buds Pro. This isn't just an earbud, it's complete ear control. Putting these in is like putting a sound studio in your ear.
Oh really?
No, seriously.
Oh
They
really?
fit an 11mm wire.
Okay. I got it. We'll see.